UFC 294 has a new main event on just 11 days' notice. Charles Oliveira was set to meet Islam Makhachev in a rematch for the lightweight title in Abu Dhabi. Oliveira suffered a nasty cut in one of his final training sessions before traveling to Abu Dhabi, which forced him to pull out of the fight with Makhachev. Islam Makhachev has responded to the sudden switch in opponents for his upcoming title defense at UFC 294. Makhachev revealed when speaking to TSN, "My manager Ali Abdelaziz sent me a message your opponent pulled out, and I just gave him a message back, fight someone. It doesn't matter who it's going to be, just that I want the fight in Abu Dhabi. Because I'm already close to the weight, and the last 3 months training so hard, and I want to beat someone. I go to sleep and wake up to the training, and he sent me the pictures. It's going to be second round with Volkanovski." Alexander Volkanovski had admitted it's crazy to fight Islam Makhachev on 11 days' notice. As he prepares for a rematch with the lightweight champion, Volkanovski said on his YouTube channel, "We were told about Charles pulling out and needing a backup. They hit me up yesterday. We said, obviously, all right, let's do it. Obviously, did the negotiations. They did that. I just said, yeah. Make sure it's worth it, and let's do it." He further said, "This is obviously a pretty crazy thing to do. There's not many fighters out there who probably would do this, especially in my position. But I always say that I will do these things. I'm that guy that will do any time, anywhere, any weight, whatever it is. This is just an opportunity to prove that once again." With Oliveira out, the UFC immediately scrambled to find a replacement, and Makhachev says the promotion actually sought out a different option before eventually landing back on the rematch with Volkanovski. Makhachev said, "It's hard to pick someone 10 days before the fight. I heard they called Justin Gaethje, but Gaethje said, I cannot make weight because it's 10 days notice. We don't have many opinions. Of course, I don't want to fight with someone out of the rankings. But I said find someone because I'm the best in the world. When the UFC calls me and gives me someone, I never said yes, no, or choose someone. I just signed the contract, and that's it." By all accounts, Justin Gaethje secured his spot as the #1 contender in the division after he knocked out Dustin Poirier in July. Unfortunately, it appears the timing to compete on such short notice just didn't work out for Gaethje. The fight will give Volkanovski the chance to avenge his past loss, but there's still plenty on the line for Makhachev as well after he had to gut out a victory in their first encounter. Makhachev said about fighting Volkanovski again, "Honestly, I'm happy because after the last fight we have many questions. All answers are going to be in Abu Dhabi for sure." Lightweight legend Khabib Nurmagomedov also weighed in on the news, boasting that his longtime friend and teammate Makhachev is more than ready to beat Volkanovski again. Nurmagomedov said,
Islam is a world champion right now. If somebody can make 155 and UFC say this guy is a contender, who cares? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who.
Doesn't matter who, doesn't
Rather,
matter where.
if King Kong can make 155, okay, bring this guy here. Doesn't matter.
Smash him too.
And like I told Ali, I told Islam today morning, brother, doesn't matter, you're the world champion. But if they want Volk again, first fight it was very good, very competitive fight. But we know and they team know we win. Unanimous decision. It was not even split decision. It was unanimous decision. Yes, Volk was looking good on that fight, but he lose. And he knows, his team know, and all world know he lose. Okay, they wanna bring him again, okay, bring.
This is the second meeting between the two title holders in less than 12 months. Makhachev successfully defended his lightweight belt against Volkanovski via unanimous decision in a tightly contested fight that headlined UFC 284 this past February. Unsurprisingly, the MMA world was buzzing about the breaking news, with several fighters praising Volkanovski for accepting such a difficult fight on short notice, citing Makhachev's dominant rise to the top of the division and his impressive title-winning submission victory over a jiu-jitsu savant Charles Oliveira. Many have wondered about the immense significance of Volkanovski potentially stopping his run. However, Chael Sonnen doesn't share the same thoughts and finds the debate about whether the great potentially beating Makhachev will be the biggest upset of the past century to be annoying. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Sonnen claimed, "No, of course not. Alexander Volkanovski is no 1 rank, and Islam is no 5 rank. You have to turn to the P4P list. That's the only list both guys are on. Volkanovski who's never lost, Volkanovski was ranked higher. How would that be shocking news? If Volkanovski gets beat, any element of that fight that goes against Volk will be something that's never happened before."
Volkanovski's ranked number 1. Islam is ranked number 5. You have to turn to the pound for pound list. It's the only list that both guys are on. You want to talk about their own list? Okay, Islam's ranked number 1 as champion. Volkanovski's ranked number 1 as champion. You want to talk about records? One of them 16-0, and one of them's absolutely never lost.
Michael Chandler recently stated that he believes Alexander Volkanovski has what it takes to edge past Islam Makhachev to win via decision in their upcoming bout at UFC 284. Michael Chandler stated, "I'm a huge Alexander Volkanovski fan. I do think Volkanovski is going to do better than we all think he does. In the striking department, Volkanovski is better than him. I think in the speed and power department, Volkanovski is better than him. I think Volkanovski might actually squeak out a decision." Joe Rogan is widely renowned for speaking his mind. When it comes to the UFC, the veteran color commentator never minces his words. Rather than break down the new fight or discuss the injury that had sidelined Oliveira, Joe Rogan simply reposted the UFC's own announcement on Instagram. He also added a brief to the point two-word reaction. "Oh." Charles Sonnen responded on Joe Rogan post and he stated,
Joe Rogan was talking about Volkanovski, and he had beautiful things to say. And he said that Volkanovski is the number one fighter, pound for pound, in the world. And Joe said they don't have him ranked as number one in the world because he lost to Islam. And Joe went on to say you easily could have said he won the Islam fight, which is true. I mean, that was a controversial decision. So let's get that though. Because what do you do there? I also have Volkanovski as number one. And I don't bring into it that they should have raised his hand against Islam. I accept the outcome of that match. And even if I didn't, I wouldn't bring it into it. I've never liked that. I don't know why we're having matches if we're not going to agree to settle the dispute here, right? I mean, it's the ultimate forum.
It wraps up the electrifying rematch between Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski. Who do you think won? And what were the key moments that stood out to you? If you want to stay up to date with the latest fight analyses, news, and more, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bells. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you found this analysis insightful and informative.